Wakanda Forever. Now that was something, huh, Leela? What the? Gatsby, what are you doing in here? You're no Black Panther. What did you do to Lilu? This is much better. Can you imagine, Lilu? I was going to be talking to a cat? A cat? Some people are so weird. Buckle up. Let's talk Wakanda Forever. Lilu, I like your little outfit. Very fitting. So, like the rest of the world, I was, just devastated by the tragic loss. It was so sudden, was not expected, of Chadwick Boseman, the original Black Panther. He was just so talented, and it's hard to think of all the other great performances he would have probably given us over the years. He absolutely left us with some good cinematic adventures, and probably his best known role would be Black Panther. I was a huge fan of the first installment of this movie, so I was definitely paying attention to development of the sequel. And, after this tragic loss of Chadwick Boseman, I have to give a huge props and shout out to the director and co-writer, Ryan Coogler. I know what it takes to be in pre-production, and, I hear that the script for the sequel actually got to Chadwick Boseman 3 weeks before his death. He never actually read it. Upon this tragedy, Ryan Coogler was, left with a Black Panther movie without the Black Panther. So there was a couple of different options. Either you recast the movie, which I think would have been a horrible decision, both as, like a disservice to honoring Chadwick Boseman and the character itself, because he was the Black Panther. It was pretty crucial for them to rewrite the death of the Black Panther in the film, just because, not only is it a catharsis for the cast and crew, but it is also a beautiful tribute to Chadwick Boseman and the character of T'Challa. I think the big question coming into this movie is how actually were they going to handle it? And I can say, after seeing this movie, without giving any spoilers, that they absolutely, I think, did service to the memory of Chadwick Boseman. I thought it was very beautiful. I teared up. I'm not crying, Lilu, you're crying. Oh my God. Seriously though, it was very touching. I did tear up, and, especially that title sequence. But man, I think that they did the best they could in the situation.
I'm in a glass case of emotion!
The death of our King T'Challa absolutely drives the narrative and looms over the entire story. But Coogler is actually really smart in the way that he gives the audience this space to grieve and to breathe. But this moment acts as a catalyst for something new. And the story all revolves around this tragic loss. All of this requires the supporting cast to step it up. I mean, all these people were originally envisioned to be supporting Chadwick Boseman, and now all of these actors collectively have to, fill in those big shoes, and they are more than up for this challenge. May I first say, Angela Bassett, does she know that this is a Marvel movie?
Have I not given everything?
Because that performance, that is almost screaming Best Supporting Actor nomination. She was, commanding and compelling in this role. Very, very powerful performance. And I really do think that even though it's a Marvel movie, she might get an Oscar nomination. And Letitia Wright, to go from a supporting role to the lead of this film, that is no easy task. Some of the best moments of this movie are her coming to terms of, with the grief of her brother, and, trying to follow the Wakanda tradition, which, her character has always been against, kind of that, the traditional ways of the Wakanda people. And so it is interesting to see her character fight. It's almost as if she has like an angel and a devil on each side of her shoulder, telling her what to do. You know, her character has always been into future, future tech, all the technologies, and that has always clashed with, tradition of Wakanda. And so it's very interesting, her character, the way her character develops, and, what is the future of Black Panther going to be? How do we honor the past, but set up the future, not only for the characters, but the franchise as well? Seeing her wrestle with the past and future is a good representation of like how we are feeling with the past and future. How do we feel about this? So in a lot of ways, she is our voice. She is grieving. And, I think that she is probably Ryan Coogler's voice as well, coming through the script of this grief of how do you get over this tragedy. Boseman and T'Challa might be gone, but their philosophy and their legacy live on through her decisions. Black Panther's thirsty. Yeah, Black Panther's really thirsty. See, Lulu? I don't deprive you of your needs. Now get back to work. The one thing that was refreshing about this movie for me was the tone of the film. It's a little bit more mature, a little bit more serious. I think I only counted one joke, and this is very unique in the Marvel Universe as of late. I'm looking at you, Thor, Love, and Thunder. That's right. That is right. I'm also looking at you, Lilu. You need to tone down a little bit of the jokes a little bit. Lilu, take it a little bit more serious. These are serious movie reviews. Lilu, are you even paying attention to me? Look at me when I'm telling you, take it more serious. Speaking of refreshing, another thing that I really loved is that he added a lot of, complexity and depth. He spent some time with some of these characters that you don't usually get with a movie like this. And this can best be represented by the villain / anti-hero, Namor. Finally, the OG Aquaman makes his Marvel debut. That's right, Aquaman from DC. He's the copycat. Namor is one of Marvel's first mutants, and it's great to see him finally hit the big screen. What I love about the introduction of this character is the complexity in which Coogler gives him. He isn't I want to destroy all the world type of villain. Well, maybe just a little bit of destruction, just a little. But still, his motivations are much more relatable, and it's just not a black and white kind of scenario when you are looking at his motivations. For the sake of the film, he is a villain to drive a Marvel plot. I mean, everybody needs a bad guy. You can actually sympathize with him and his people. At one point in the movie, there are some wonderful edits that juxtapose, the Wakanda people and Namor's people, and it just shows that we all are the same. Come on, Lilu. Grab a guitar. Let's start a band, a new, Hands Across America song right now. And 1, 2, 3, go, Lilu. Sing it now, Lilu. Okay, let's move on. Lilu is more of the silent, stoic type. Just look at her. Proud, wearing her Black Panther outfit. You look so cute with your little Black Panther outfit. Yes, you do. Yes, you are just a Black Panther. The original Black Panther, I really loved the costume design, the world building. The whole world of Wakanda is just awesome. It's an eye spectacle. It's really great to look at. And with, the inclusion of Namor, we also have some fantastic design work there as well. I loved their breathing apparatuses. I thought those were really clever. Speaking of world building, at one point, Namor takes Shuri down under the sea. And he says, "Darling, it's better. Down where it's wetter. Take it from me." Maybe that's another Disney movie? Oh yeah, that's coming out later this year. This year sometime, I don't know. And once again, I'm going to say, these are the types of movies that are made for the big screen. So go see them now. Don't watch them on Netflix or HBO or what. It's going to be Disney Plus. Don't wait. See them now. My only complaint I would say about this movie is perhaps the 19-year-old, scientist prodigy storyline. I'm not going to really, I know some big Marvel fans already know what that means, but I don't want to spoil it. Make it more clear of a spoiler, at least. But it just didn't really work for me. It feels like we spend too much time here with an already overcrowded plot. It's kind of like, you feel that MCU is in the back the MCU and Kevin Feige are in the background going like, Ryan Coogler, we need to add this in here to add to the Marvel franchise to keep it going, and I understand that, and it's just a small gripe, so let's just move on. Oh, I do have one more complaint, and that is because there's only one end credit. Only one! Marvel, you can't for years set up that there's always going to be two end credits and then just give me one. Especially a movie with a 2.5 hour runtime, and you're all wanting to go to the restroom, so you're just holding on going, I need to see the scene. If I don't see the scene, everyone's going to be talking about it. But we got nothing. We got nothing, Lilu. We got nothing. Lilu, I blame you for this. You probably hid that extra scene in the backyard with the rest of your bones, didn't you? Anyways, those are some minor quibbles in a film that is absolutely my favorite Marvel movie of the year. Obviously, this is getting an easy green light from me. See this film. They do justice to honor Chadwick Boseman, and the legacy of Black Panther, I think, is in good hands. Can't wait to see the next one. We had some fun. We had some great action. We had some depth of characters. We might have cried a little bit. Lilu, do not judge me. Anyway, what more do you want? Go see it. And let me know what you think in the comments below. Lilu, I was starting to wonder if I was watching the Avatar movie with all these blue creatures under the sea. Under the sea, under the... Holy...